This is the Sailor Cast, brought to you by worshippers.net and Jim Burgdorf.
Greetings, everybody. Jim here. Thank you so much for joining me for this Sailorcast. It's a special season of migrating. We are from one special season to another. The Happy New Year and Peace on Earth seasons. And in reality, you can't have one without the other. Let me share some thoughts with you. As we depart the Peace on Earth season and we launch the new year, I'm reminded of Jesus' Matthew 11 characterization of the crux of the gospel, the meat of the good news. Matthew 11:28 makes this statement. Says, "Come to me, all who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." The Message translation translates it this way. Are you tired, worn out, burned out on religion? Come to me. Get away with me, and you'll recover your life. I'll show you how to take a real rest. Now, this is actually not talking about rest as we might think. It's not speaking of relaxation, time on the beach. It's not talking about physical refreshing or recovering your energy, personal energy. It's not talking about that. Although it's nice, it's a nice thought. It sounds great. And although it is a nice thought, it wouldn't qualify as a centerpiece of the gospel message. So what is Jesus talking about? Well, in the next verse, he further clarifies. The ESV says, "Take my yoke upon you and learn from me. I am gentle, lowly in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. Come unto me," Jesus says, "and I will give you rest for your souls, rest for your mind, rest for your emotions, clear thinking." In other words, peace. Just as Hebrews 4:1 talks about the importance of entering into his rest, Matthew, the 11th chapter and the 30th verse continues, "For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." That amazing verse 30 result is only possible through the peace that is found in verse 29, the rest for your soul. So a truly happy new year can only come through peace on earth, which can only come by entering into his rest for your souls. Amen. Selah. Pause and ponder that today. Thank you for joining me for today's Sailorcast. I appreciate you being here. Always appreciate you being here. Tell a friend about us. And whatever social media you discovered this on or followed this on, subscribe, like, tell a friend about us, pass us on, and let's do this again. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for joining us for today's Sailorcast. For more info about Jim's books, music, and Sailorcast programming, visit worshippers.net.